आज के एपिसोड के लिए.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah. I'll just wait for 2 more seconds. If you guys can see, just type in hello in the chat. I can see few.
Yeah, it has started.
Oh,
my
good.
God, my
ठीक है. हाँ?
internet is not good.
चल हो जाएगा. Yeah, I think we are live. So we have a bunch of topics to talk about today. I'll just give you a quick overview of the topics. The first one is about Apple, the MacBook Pros. You know what, Ishan? Let's just get started with this because WWDC is happening.
Let's not spoil the topics.
Yeah, let's just talk about WWDC. Were you watching it? Did you watch the live?
I was not watching it. I was sleeping at that time, but it wasn't anything too groundbreaking. They didn't have any hardware to announce. It was just like small improvements. Like for example, the macOS Monterey was actually released. Uske andar, I think that their goal is to more go into the social aspect of things. To like live sharing, like whenever I can connect with you on FaceTime and whatever I will do on my screen will be visible to you also. तो हम लोग ऐसे साथ बैठ करके we can just like watch like a movie or like we all will see the same thing. That's actually pretty cool.
So that's like screen sharing, no?
हाँ, screen sharing, but screen sharing इतनी अच्छी थोड़ी होती है. Like it's not too effective, but when Apple does it, it has to be amazing. So that's what they are trying to do.
Okay, so social sharing feature, that's one. और क्या launch किया था?
Facebook also went up with something like this, right? They have something called as Watch Party and all.
Yeah, I've seen that. Even Discord has one called Watch Party. So if you're watching a video, you can just call your friends over, chat कर सकते हो side में.
There were a lot of things like उन्होंने अभी अपना Google Lens का competitor निकाला है. So recently, Google Lens, whatever we can do with Google Lens, you can also now do with the latest iOS 15 update. So that's something interesting that they have. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the biggest news from Apple.
I think WWDC is more for the software part, right? Like what software updates and
not always
help developers.
Hardware भी होता है.
अच्छा.
But इस time नहीं था because अभी उन्होंने March event में already काफी कुछ release किया था. So I wasn't really expecting anything else.
But the target audience is more of like the developer community. What can you build on the Apple ecosystem, right?
Swift, you can actually now start coding on the iPad itself in the iPad OS 15. So you can actually use Swift UI on there and you can build basic applications that can run on iPads as well as on that thing, iPhones.
How do you code on a tablet?
Yeah, it's just like a smaller MacBook. If you can get like that, their keyboard
so you get an
super expensive. Yeah, so you'll get the Apple keyboard for $200. So it's basically they're doing this because they want to expand the capabilities that the M1 MacBook Pro, the M1 iPad Pro offers, right? So because of that, they are just like trying to release as many things as possible that will take the advantage of the faster CPU.
Speak in English, please. I doubt what language this is. So, yeah, I think this Apple iPad, right? I think maybe it could replace a bunch of laptops in the future because looking at the specs, looking at how powerful it is, it's possible that, say 2-3 years down the line, people just carry a tablet and have an external keyboard because it's getting so powerful.
For most people out there who are not into like electrical engineering or like something that requires deep integration, like going deep into the software, having terminal and all, they can basically just go with an iPad. They don't even need like a laptop basically. So they can get like the simple iPad Air along with that simple folio case, their keyboard, that's good to go. That'll be like around 70-80K. That is still quite expensive though. But yeah, they'll be able to get all the major functionality.
But it's portable. कहीं पे भी लेके जा सकते हो.
हाँ,
exactly. For college students and all.
I used to like the first time I got the iPad was back in 2012. That's when the iPad 4 was coming to my home. Right? बहुत अच्छा लगा था मेरे को. Like for me, I've only known those dabba computers previously. So from going from that dabba computer to this iPad has been an
major transition.
And then after that we got the iPad Air. Right now we have iPad 7 Gen. I think this is a great thing that people can get. but people just don't have the awareness about it. उनको लगता है कि like they just think that it's not good. Should just get a
Like, how do
MacBook.
you differentiate? Say, I have a MacBook Pro right now. Why should I get an iPad? What's the additional advantage? Watching movies
So
while
you're
sleeping
basically
on the
saying
bed?
that you want both the MacBook and the iPad.
No, I'm saying, is it necessary to get an iPad? Like, what's the additional benefit I'm getting if I
Okay,
already
so you
have a
already
laptop?
have the MacBook and you also want to get the iPad.
Yeah,
Yeah, so basically portability मिलती है and it's just like easier to use, right? कहीं भी जाके use कर सकते हैं. But हाँ, I mean, it also has some benefits if you are a lot more into like portability. वही वाली बात है ना, like that's
correct.
basically how
वही
it
उसी
works.
का है. I think it just boils
हाँ.
down to it.
But for people who don't have
And
any laptop and they want to get started with it, they can, again, if they're not into coding, they can definitely very well just skip getting the MacBooks and they can simply just go with the iPad if they're not into video editing or if they're just into
yeah,
simple graphic design and all. उनके लिए सही है, मतलब just for the
can you
normal
do video
day-to-day
editing
use.
on an iPad?
You can do it.
Ah,
उसमें काफी
interesting.
अच्छी चीजें रहती हैं. You definitely cannot do like
iMovie है ना शायद उस पे.
complex. iMovie है. Final Cut Pro is also coming.
Yo,
Final Cut Pro. It's going to be good. I love Final Cut Pro actually. This is a promotional video of Apple. This video is sponsored by.
I wish a $1 trillion company sponsors our videos. Some random kids talking. Okay, now let's talk about the leak that happened. So you know
I'll
about
show it to you
YouTube
right now
tags, right?
itself.
Yeah,
I'll share my screen.
it's kind of crazy. I know who
It's
went through
interesting how they
YouTube
call it
tags.
dub dub. They don't call it
Yeah,
WWDC, they just call it dub dub.
sharing a screen.
Just a
Okay,
second.
maybe the audience can guess. So an Apple product got leaked because of a thing they did on the YouTube video.
Is
Can
my
you
screen
guess what it
visible?
is? Yeah.
Okay, so if this is basically the recording of the complete keynote WWDC. If you go down here, this is TubeBuddy, right? This is what we use to get some more statistics about some videos and what they are doing better. What can we learn? This is the section of tags. This is basically how they classify कि इस video में ये सब चीजें हैं. And in the tag section, you can clearly just see M1X MacBook Pro and M1X. Now, I don't know if this was intentional or this was a mistake because there's already a lot of articles coming out about this and they still have not changed this. And they can very easily do that in just 2 minutes, but they don't want to.
Smart. You know, like I've heard that a lot of these Apple leaks are actually planned propaganda by Apple so that there's
I
hype around
think
the
so, yeah.
product.
I was actually
It's
talking to
insane
a
how they
Apple
market their
software engineer,
products.
and he was saying that that he also thinks the same way. कि ऐसा कोई होगा, मतलब they might have a
Yeah,
division, just like
Apple
PR
leaks
division.
division.
It's
Yeah,
also interesting how they never really allow people to
I know, right? Yeah.
comment. They should also just remove this also. Like, मतलब पूरा ही control ले लो.
वो ज़्यादा ही China हो जाएगा फिर.
Right.
But comments, see, the thing is कि everyone goes to comments, right? Everyone, like, there are a lot of times when my opinion gets changed after I read the comments कि ऐसा है. So if someone's like Android is better than Apple, Android is better than Apple, here are the 10 reasons why I would never buy an iPhone. So
Do
it's a
you
very
remember
smart
that
move.
that campaign that Intel just launched
No, what is it?
against Apple?
Intel launched a campaign against Apple.
It's an ad campaign basically
Oh,
in
damn.
which Justin Lang, that's how you pronounce him. He's actually an actor. So he used to do Apple commercials back in 2010 and all. He used to be the Apple guy. तो उसको से वीडियो बनाते थे in which they used to be like a corporate typical suit में बन के आता था Microsoft वाला. So they
Yeah.
just used to use Microsoft Windows and all. And then there used to be this cool guy called Justin, and he used to have the Apple MacBooks. So now he is going to the side of Windows again, and in that, मतलब वो बहुत ही stupid से arguments ला रहे हैं. मतलब एक argument ऐसा है कि like MacBooks come only in gray color, right? Or like gold, and then if you want to look at Windows, they come in all sorts of colors. So इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? So इस तरह के छोटे-छोटे ऐसे I don't like it.
Have you seen this thing? Like celebrities who endorse a particular phone.
So yeah,
Gal Gadot did that. Yeah,
actually
it said,
promoted some Chinese smartphone
I think it was
brand,
Oppo.
and then that tweet was actually done using an iPhone.
Yeah, it says tweeted using an iPhone.
Yeah.
She was.
And
I
then
think
when
this guy spotted it first, right?
MKBHD called
MKBHD,
them out.
and then she blocked MKBHD
Yeah.
on Twitter. But then
Intel
she
Apple
unblocked
ad.
him. So
Yeah, these ads are like, I'll just show you what's happening. Unka like to dislike ratio is like super bad.
who's?
I'll just show it to you. Wait. So me again share just two
How many of you
minutes.
guys hate Apple in the comments section? How many of you guys just
So
absolutely
this
hate the brand?
is having choices, right? This is Justin, and this is the argument that he's making, right? Matlab, you get a lot of choices basically.
Mm.
Then you have this. Can you see this?
Yeah, yeah,
This thumb, ये इन्होंने
yeah, yeah.
artificially बनाया था.
What the heck?
हाँ, so like this thing right now, like if you, वो उसमें there's actually a problem. And if you also zoom into this thing, ये जो
Mm.
this is a not
तो
real
MacBook
actually.
Pro है ना?
हाँ, that's not a real MacBook Pro. उसकी bezels ही
Mm.
गायब कर दी इन्होंने, देखो.
Damn.
So this is all artificial. So हाँ, मतलब look at the like dislike ratio.
What the
And look at
heck?
the comments. They should have disabled the comments.
Yeah, they should have done the Apple strategy.
Ah. Look at this.
Is this because Apple is moving away from Intel? Like, is that the reason Intel got
That's
triggered?
exactly why. Yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
because they are building their own Mac chips, M1 chips, that's why they want to take.
अरे but they should be grateful to Apple, man. कितना business लाया था Intel को
हाँ,
because of
exactly.
Apple.
अभी नहीं ला रहे ना, तो now they are not happy with them.
I think stocks might have fallen. I think the day Apple announced that they're moving to M1, Intel के stocks just dropped like anything.
Definitely, I think that could have been the reason. तो but still like ये reason कुछ अच्छे नहीं लगे मेरे को.
I hate
When was
Apple, but I'd buy their
when was the
stocks.
Apple October event? When was this released?
इसको कुछ I don't know 4-5 months
M1
back.
M1 October 2020. 13 October, right?
Oh, इतना time हो गया क्या? Yeah, I got this in Jan or something. My M1.
Yeah, so 16 October, this was $54, and then it went down to $45
Hmm.
in the next 15 days. Intel stock price.
What is majorly Intel's revenue comes from just the chips, right?
Yeah.
And
You
yeah,
know
this
the
might have been a
global
huge
chip shortage
contract.
that's happening?
No, what's that?
They're
Chip
electrical engineers, they
shortage.
should be knowing this.
Bro, I don't naam ki degree hai, bro. I don't even know the subjects I've taken. I don't remember the teacher's name, so pardon me for that.
Nice. So basically, there are only like three major manufacturers of these chips. You have TSMC, that
Yeah.
is, what do you call it? Semiconductor
Nvidia.
something. No, TSMC. TSMC is one. Then you have Samsung, and then you have Intel. These are the three big producers of chips. Because the thing is that for
TSMC
one,
stands for Taiwan Semiconductor
exactly.
Manufacturing Company.
Yeah. So these three people are the ones that create the most of the other chips, basically, right? So we got a shortage चल रहा है, and they're just like not able
Acha.
to
Cope up with the demand.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, nice.
They're not
That's a
able
good
to
problem
do
to
it.
have, at least for them.
So
Oh my
the
god,
thing is that
TSMC stock price is it's pretty high. Nice.
TSMC, where is it listed?
Some other country, Taiwan, I
अरे
guess.
कैसा इसमें सर्किट लग रहा है क्या क्या है ये?
Insane. So why is this happening? Is it because so many mobile companies are showing up that there's
Wait,
no
what
one
is
making the
this?
chips?
Can you see this?
Yeah.
ऐसा कैसे होता है? They're doing good, but
What are these Chrome extensions on the side?
so one is TubeBuddy. Then I have keyword research, keywords everywhere. So using this, I can get some more info about SEO and like what keywords are ranking and all. Then I have a little bit more like Notion and all.
Notion का extension मिलता है?
So with that, you can, let's say you have any article, then you can just like click on that extension, and that article will be converted into a simple Notion page without the ads. So if you go to any like news article, you
Damn,
don't want
that's
to get
pretty
the
cool.
ads, simply just click on
Yeah,
that and it automatically kar dega usko save, and you can
yeah,
view it afterwards.
that's pretty cool, man.
Another sponsorship done.
Yeah, नोशन तो तेरे को स्पॉन्सर किया था ना पहले भी.
हाँ, that was there. पे नहीं किया बट उन्होंने अभी
पे नहीं किया क्या?
तक.
Publicly defaming.
नहीं नहीं, I don't care. It is a good company. Like I like what
Yeah,
they're
it's a
doing.
great product.
Yeah, definitely.
The only problem is sometimes it keeps loading, bro. I hate that signal.
अच्छा ऐसा. Hmm.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic, which is WazirX under scrutiny.
So WazirX is trending right now, and that is because कुछ तो भी उसमें problem हुआ है. There's some money laundering case because of which they think that someone who's using WazirX, they have like transferred a lot of transactions worth what 2,700 crores using cryptocurrency that was done through WazirX
There was some
to some
Chinese
online
online
betting.
betting company.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So पता नहीं मतलब Nishchal is basically saying
Hmm.
that ऐसा कुछ हुआ नहीं है. Like we have not received any letter from the ED.
yeah. So the problem was ki on WazirX you don't need too much of documentation to do the transaction. So this is something
Is
that
that so?
it's hard to trace. That's what the news article said.
I did
The
submit my PAN
business.
card and my address proof.
Yeah, I think, but that's not enough to sort of do the
Hmm.
transactions or something. I think for especially transactions ranging in crores, they were like
In
there should
thousands
be
of crores.
more. Yeah, they were like there should be more documentation so that things like these could be tracked.
Definitely.
And then these guys did something crazy, right? They put it to WazirX and then वहाँ से Binance में transfer किया था, and then from
Uh,
Binance they I don't know, took it as fiat or something.
there's something
Crazy.
fishy happening. You can definitely smell that.
For sure. And this is something Kunal Shah also spotted out, right? He was like कि India में जैसे ही cryptocurrency becomes mainstream, सारा black money बाहर जाएगा. So everyone will start using crypto to take money outside India, which is pretty bad because even now untaxed money is inside India, which is fine because you can spend it on lots of things. But if untaxed money goes outside India, then India की economy की वाट लग जाएगी. So that's what Kunal Shah was also saying. But yeah, let's see what the actual thing was in WazirX.
What's happening with Bitcoin right now? You saw the Bitcoin conference?
Is it called Bitcoin?
It should have been. Wait, I'll just show you what happened there.
Oh
So
my god, why is it
yeah,
dropping?
it's just like dropping for no reason. I don't know. People just don't like it anymore, I think. When it's going up, everyone is just like, this is amazing, this is the next big thing.
Yeah,
And then right now, just like scam hai and you should not invest. Look at
Bitcoins.
this. Look at this. This is the Bitcoin conference. यहाँ पे all Bitcoin maximalists are there and they just start cheering.
Mm.
See what they're doing there.
Oh my god, this guy looks like some
Cult,
Kylo Pace.
cult creator.
Bro, have you seen that Dogecoin guy who just runs all
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
them
yeah, yeah.
sudden and then takes off his pant and shirt?
Dogecoin guy.
It's too funny. Yeah, yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Second
this
video.
one.
I wish there was audio. Oh my god, this was some maniac. The host is like, what the fuck is happening? Oh, he just lifted and carried him, bro. Yeah,
They're
the other
talking
guy's
about the
picking up his
scaling
shirt and
solutions,
pant.
and then randomly Dogecoin guy comes in.
Yeah,
So yeah,
the way the bodyguard just lifted him and carried him was so funny. And then the other
El
assistant just picked up
Salvador
his shirt and pant.
has yeah,
Huh?
El Salvador has legalized Bitcoin as a legal tender. So that basically just means that
Hmm.
people cannot refuse someone paying in Bitcoin. So if you
Yeah.
go and you want to you have some dinner at a restaurant, if you pay in Bitcoin, they will accept it.
Whoa, sweet.
Yeah, that's what El Salvador is saying, and they also just said that whenever you transact in Bitcoin, the capital gains tax will not be imposed on the Bitcoin
Hmm.
transactions. So that's also I think is pretty huge. Like ऐसा तो कभी सुना ही नहीं मैंने.
Yeah, so, okay, got it. What is this capital gain taxes? Is it
So
tax put
basically,
on
let's
increase of
say there are two types of these taxes. You have short term and you have long term capital gains. So let's say you buy a stock for 100 rupees, and in the next 5 years it goes up to, let's say, 200 rupees, right? So when you then try to liquidate it, you want to sell it to someone, you have a profit of 100 rupees. You can subtract the fees and all jo bhi broker ka rehta hai, but then let's say you have 100 rupees. On that 100 rupee profit, you need to give some of that as a tax to the government. That's called the capital gains, right? So gains in the capital that you have. So if you sell that in less than 1 year, then you pay about 15% short term, and if you do it for the long term, then you pay like around 10% or something. So that's what is the rule in India. US में थोड़ा अलग होता है. US में is like less than 3 years is deemed to be short term, and the rest is long term.
Got it. El Salvador seems to be a very small country, bro.
Yeah.
And that too, it's in Central America. Nice.
But quite a bold move.
President looks like proper Bitcoin guy.
He also changed his profile picture to laser eyes.
Oh, laser. Yeah, I see that, yeah. Cool, let's move on to the next topic.
Yeah, also one more thing I just wanted to point out to everyone. If anyone holds crypto in some exchanges, do take it off from the exchanges, because exchange ka zyada bharosa hai nahi, right? Like you cannot trust them, because recently there's a fraud called as CoinSeed exit scam. So that basically was like people bought their crypto from the exchange, and they had it in their crypto wallet in that exchange itself. The founders or the team, right? They traded their crypto into Dogecoin, and then from Dogecoin they took away their money. And right now, no one is able to log into the application of CoinSeed itself, and no one is picking up their customer care. Kuch email pe kuch bhi nahi ho raha hai.
How big is CoinSeed?
It's not too big, but basically so around $10 million was
not
gone.
Keep money in WazirX.
I'm just like one. पता नहीं अपने को ना, right? Like you saw this money laundering thing. क्या पता कुछ भी हो जाए. We don't
ban हो जाएगा.
So the whole idea of crypto is to be decentralized. So wait a minute. Yeah, this is CoinSeed. This was actually a proper website. If I show you, ऐसा दिखता था वो. This used to be the application.
Yeah.
Of CoinSeed. और अब ये चलता नहीं है. And when you actually go to CoinSeed now, this is what you get.
Where are the founders?
पता नहीं, they just went off. ये पता नहीं क्या कर दिया इन्होंने वेबसाइट के साथ. पता नहीं क्या किया इन्होंने.
Wait, so no one knows who the founder is?
They know it, but they don't know where he is, or they are.
Oh, he's absconding.
हाँ, मतलब exit scam है basically just.
कौन से country में हुआ था ये? It's a US exchange?
No. All of these exchanges are not situated, not incorporated in the US.
Cayman Islands में शायद mostly.
हाँ, exactly. All of these are in these strange places. So if you look at Binance,
it's in Cayman Islands, Mauritius, Cayman Islands, tax havens.
So all of this is quite sketchy. We might never know what might happen. Mt. Gox, you know what happened with Mt. Gox?
No, what's that?
In 2011, China में Mt. Gox था. So basically, it was like the biggest crypto exchange in the world. Yeah. And that used to do around 85% of the transactions in Bitcoin. Right at that particular time. And it what turned out to be a scam. Basically, people, वो जो key होती है ना, there's like a key that you have for your wallet.
Correct.
वो keys hack हो गई थी, and so basically data leak हो गया था, and a ton of bitcoins were stolen. People were like robbed of their money.
So where do you store your Bitcoin if it's not for these exchanges?
You store it in a hard wallet, or what you do is you store it.
Hard wallet as in a pen drive kind of thing?
हाँ, exactly. So definitely it's not for people who are just buying Bitcoin like 100 rupees, 200 rupees. Definitely not for them, but for people that are doing like, heavy transactions and they believe in it for the long term. Transfer it to a cold wallet, like you have the Coinbase wallet that is secure, or these other wallets, right? The whole job that they have is to just like store Bitcoin, or kuch nahi karte wo. Or if you want to take a little bit more risk, then you can go to these lending institutions. So they actually lend funds equivalent to the crypto holdings that you have in your account. So let's say you have one Bitcoin, right? तो उनका कुछ ratio होता है कि you can borrow 50% of the Bitcoin equivalent of USD that you have. So like you can basically borrow that much. And
so isn't that
let's
liquidating it?
Huh?
So isn't that liquidating your Bitcoin in a way?
No. You just basically like it's like a bank, right? It's like a bank. So when you store your crypto over there, number one, you get interest. So like I currently use
Oh,
BlockFi.
acha. So it's like an FD.
It's not an FD. You can take it out whenever you want to. So,
Ah,
but you get around 5 to 6%
hmm.
interest in crypto itself. So it will give you
Got it.
like, if you have like one Bitcoin, it'll give you point
That's
zero
good because
six
you can
Bitcoin.
say, keep your money somewhere safe, keep your crypto somewhere safe, and on top of that, get interest.
Exactly. But again, this BlockFi thing is centralized. Obviously, this is made by the
Hmm.
Winklevoss brothers, the people who Harish. Are
Say
you
it
there?
again. Say it again.
I was saying
Lost you for a
that
second.
this company Blockfi was actually made in like they were actually made by people from Winklevoss twins.
Oh, that's a huge
Yeah,
financial
so like,
institution.
so Winklevoss twins are the people that like created the idea of Facebook or the Harvard network, Harvard Connect. What
Hmm.
do you call it?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, so वो
They
लोग
say
हैं
that Mark
please.
Zuckerberg stole the idea from them.
हाँ. But yeah, this is basically the whole deal about Bitcoin right now.
Got it.
I'm just buying every single dip.
Because it's dropping.
Yeah, you should like I buy it. I don't know about other
Buy
people.
when it's on the dip.
Yeah, so the thing is that it's basically like free money. WazirX airdrops a lot of WRX, that is their token. So I don't know how it happens, but every single day I have like 1,000 rupees equivalent of WazirX tokens on like automatically without me doing
Hmm.
anything. I
Hmm.
don't know how they are doing it. It's called as airdropping, in which they
Okay.
want people to transact using their token. तो वो free में दे देते हैं.
And then you can use that token to get Bitcoin.
You can actually liquidate that to get rupees,
Oh,
or you
damn.
can buy directly Bitcoin using that. तो
Wait, everyone gets it, or तेरा कुछ है उनके साथ?
मुझे पता नहीं, लाइक मेरा कुछ नहीं है उनके साथ. मुझे पता
Okay.
नहीं है कि व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. हो सकता है देयर इज लाइक अ लिमिट कि ठीक है, पीपल हु ओनली हैव दिस
Hmm.
मच इन देयर अकाउंट ओनली दे विल गेट दिस एयर ड्रॉप थिंगी. बट मुझे आता है, आई डोंट नो हाउ.
It's crazy.
हाँ, तो एयर ड्रॉप इज वन वे टू गेट लाइक फ्री
So yeah, you're
क्रिप्टो.
getting paid to buy more Bitcoins.
No, they
Kind
don't
of.
want you to buy Bitcoin. They actually wanted to
Yeah,
keep
but
WazirX
who
holding.
wants
बट मैं वो करता नहीं हूँ.
WazirX coins?
हाँ, मुझे पता नहीं एग्जैक्टली क्या होता है. यूएसडी मेरे को मिलता है, पता नहीं कैसे अपने आप, तो वो भी एयर ड्रॉप करते हैं, कुछ तो है,
Cool.
आई डोंट नो.
So if you guys want free money, make a WazirX account. Apparently, they just give out money.
Uh, all right, no
Let's
financial
move on to the
advice
next
here.
one.
Sure.
Yeah, no. Um, Facebook's upcoming doom because of Apple.
Yeah, so what is happening right now with Apple, just like we discussed previously, Apple wants to go more into creating these social features, right? Live
Mm-hmm.
sharing, iMessages,
Mm-hmm.
and just want to basically create a rival giants like Facebook. And the thing is that with this new update of iOS 14 and 15, it'll be a lot harder for companies like Facebook to get access to the audience that Apple has.
Yep, we
They
spoke
have
about
the
this in the
operating
last.
system, right? They
Mm,
have the operating system, so they can create an even immersive experience for
yeah.
people. So they might be in a much better space to create a social media network, right? So that's basically what people are saying. Facebook is in danger. How they will, you know, how they will change this state of affairs is going to be interesting to see.
So there's a high chance that in the future, Apple might launch its own private social network, which does not steal your data to run ads, but is just
Definitely.
purely a social network for the sake of it.
Mhm.
Interesting.
So this is what is happening. Facebook, there was news that came out saying that Facebook is working on its own smartwatch as well. So that smartwatch is should be having two cameras, one in the front, one in the back, and that they can use for AR features. Maybe what happens is that Facebook transitions into an AR app company itself. They only work on AR future. Who knows?
Yeah, Ishan, your audio is lagging a bit. Your video is also
Okay,
unclear.
just a minute.
You're audible, but your video is kind of blurry.
Oh my god. Yeah, I get that.
ठीक है, चलो, let's just continue then if you can't change the network.
करते हैं कुछ. You continue. I'll just like fix this thing.
Yeah, sure. For those of you who don't know, now Apple has this new update. So every time you open Facebook on Apple, you'll actually see a pop-up that says, do you want fake your data, yes or no? And then most people just said, no, I don't want Facebook to take my data. And that's bad for Facebook because Facebook's major revenue comes from ads, and if they're not able to run ads, targeted ads, then it's kind of pointless, right? What I mean by targeted ads is that if they understand that Ishan is interested in cryptocurrency, then they'll keep showing Ishan WazirX ke ads, Binance ke ads, all these crypto ads, because they know that Ishan is more likely to buy, something related to crypto. But if Apple devices do not allow people to transfer data, then Facebook will never know that Ishan is interested in crypto. They would never be able to show him relevant ads. He'll get random ads like dog ads or something, and then Facebook ka business will sort of go down. So that's the problem between Facebook and Apple. I think we still don't have Ishan. Waiting for that. Let's. Oh, you're back. Cool. Yeah, this is much better. You're visible as well. Cool. So I just explained them like how the Facebook and Apple thing worked. Let's go on to Microsoft betting on cloud computing for gaming. Hmm. Yeah. Mhm. That'll be so revolutionary. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's a lot of cloud compute. Like, what is Google Stadia? What kind of games can it run? So you're saying that one day people will be playing games like, say, Valorant on cloud. Yeah. Mm, that's wild. Xbox is owned by Microsoft, right? Okay. So they're in a way creating a business that destroys their own business. Yeah. But yeah, I think this will be a game changer, because right now everyone is expected to buy really expensive gaming laptops and PCs in order to run high end games. But if cloud can democratize it and be like, hey, every month just pay $50 and you'll get access to the best of the best games, you can run it with our cloud compute, even if you have a shitty computer, then that's going to be insane. So very optimistic. Plus, dude, looking at the gaming industry, right? Recently, I don't remember the gaming team's name, but they signed a sponsorship deal for $25 million, a yearly sponsorship deal for $25 million. Some gaming team, I think it plays Valorant, and Indian cricket teams total sponsorship is $10 million spread across 3 years. So, like the gaming industry, esports industry is booming. It's gonna at one point, I think it's gonna become bigger than like Indian cricket. It's already bigger than Indian cricket. Yeah, 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 yeah. Shall not visible. You are visible. His back, his back. Okay, let's try this. Is he back? Is Ishan back?
I am not back actually. I'm not able to see myself in this thing.
What the heck? Uh,
Can they actually hear me? Can you hear me?
चैट भी थोड़ा स्लो होता है. Oh yeah, ये बहुत सारे yes आ गए. Okay, cool, cool, cool. ठीक है.
आ गए बढ़िया हाँ. This is
Yeah.
good. This is good. All right, guys, I am back again. So we
It's your
basically
internet.
discussed this much part. Let's just go ahead. So you actually want to talk about DD going public and the biggest after Alibaba. What is DD exactly?
So DD is Uber for China, right? They
Okay.
specialize in, you know, like normal transportation, like taking you from place A to place B. They also have things like delivery. So Dunzo, Swiggy, all of that is integrated within Dido. It's DD itself. So Uber plus Swiggy plus Dunzo, everything. And
Hmm.
it's a huge company. And they're doing a $10 billion, like Joe market, public markets, they're putting $10 billion. That's how much they're raising. And they're raising at a valuation of $100 billion, which is second to Alibaba. And people are super optimistic about DD because DD is one of those few transportation companies which is profitable. For the last 3 months, it's been profitable, while no Swiggy, no Uber has ever been profitable at all. So I don't know how they cracked the market, but then a lot of people are looking up to it. And they're going live on New York Stock Exchange, not the Chinese markets for obvious reasons. And it's going to be like a blockbuster, IPO that a lot of investors are very optimistic about it.
Right. Do you have any idea SPACs, special
Yeah,
acquisition?
dude. Yeah, that's
What is it
that's
about?
Chamath
Like,
Palihapitiya's favorite.
but मतलब
So
क्या उसका? I never really understood it
SPACs
properly.
is when like a hedge fund comes in. As far as I understand, I might be wrong. A hedge fund comes
Hmm.
in, pours tons of money, and takes it public. Like if you're a private company, it just makes
कैसे
sure
होता है ये?
that you're as big as a public company, and then just puts you on the stock market. It just accelerates your process of going out in the stock market.
Okay.
So it's a
Is that a good thing though?
very, I mean, so a lot of
Controversial.
SPACs in the past have failed. Like the moment they got listed, the people dumped it. Even Chamath is getting hit pretty bad on Twitter for SPACs. A lot of his SPACs are failing. So not sure if it works, but yeah, you never know.
There is actually a video called as Everything Chamath. So in which he
Mm,
talks about his future, like what is he trying to do in the future.
mm.
That's also interesting. So yeah,
Chamath
that's
is.
what he's actually pretty interesting character. He has this all in podcast, and then there was also
Yeah.
this like interesting uh, Stanford interview, I think, in which he's talking about what he actually wants to do with his own venture firm. So
Mm.
yeah,
Social
what is it
capital.
called? Social capital. Yeah, I was thinking initialized. That is Garry Ten.
That's Garry Ten. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah, he
right.
has a. I mean, I think he was one of the first investors in Slack, and the way he invests is pretty similar to how like it's always a long term. So if he thinks some industry is going to go ahead, then he just puts in the long term. So even if it's going to go in loss for the next 5 years, but he thinks that in 10 years people will realize how important it is, he'll invest in it. For example, Tesla, right? So he invested in Tesla pretty early on because he knew that
Hmm.
renewable energy is something that's very obvious. Everyone's going to adopt it at one point or the other, right? So he'll make his profits later on, but then again, it's a good one. Virgin Galactic, for example, he knows that people are going to go to space. Space tourism might become a thing in the future, and that's why he sort of became a major stakeholder, became the chairman also. So yeah, different kinds of
Hmm.
investments.
Yeah. You saw what Garry Tan was saying about Ethereum. He said that he bought Ethereum at 30 cents.
The heck?
Back in 2014, in the first offering of Ethereum, it was sold at 30 cents.
Yeah.
And he said that it's going to $10,000.
Oh my God, 30 cents. But Gary Tan is someone
He
whom
made
I
a video
really
saying
admire.
that Charlie Munger is wrong, and he explained why exactly that is. Basically,
Mm,
Charlie Munger put forward some main problems that he has with Bitcoin, and that is basically, first of all, he was only targeting Bitcoin. He was not targeting other cryptocurrencies. Maybe he
mm,
doesn't even know properly about other cryptocurrencies. But yeah, he was saying that it's not the arguments are not exactly valid that Charlie Munger was having.
correct.
Basically, it was just like money laundering and all. People can use it for extortion and what. So he was just basically saying that less than 1% of transactions are actually done in that. So he's just like putting forward the actual data.
Mm, fair enough. Need to watch that. But yeah, Gary Tan is great, man. And if you guys haven't checked out Gary Tan's YouTube channel, check it
It is
out. It's a
amazing.
gold mine. You'll learn a lot.
I want to get him on the podcast.
Yeah, I think you texted him. Should
I
you
did
should.
text him. I should again text him actually. I texted him back when I was at 30K subscribers or something.
Hmm.
Let's see if he agrees to do it now. So yeah, let's move on. What is the next one? Bill Gates owns the most private land in the US. Bill Gates has been accumulating land for the longest time actually. He
Hmm.
actually has these shell companies and
Okay.
these companies end up buying a lot of the land. Uh, so yeah, basically if you just like look into the financial documents of each company, so it would lead to Bill Gates basically.
It's kind of crazy, man. Like he's a software guy. I
Yeah.
honestly did not think he'll become like a real estate investor. He owns the most land in the US privately.
That is
It's kind of
the
crazy.
safest long-term bet that I can see, right? So people would
Yeah, but
always need food
he's
to
a
eat.
tech entrepreneur.
Yeah,
Like maybe he could
definitely.
have invested in Bitcoin or stocks.
He's against Bitcoin, in one
Oh
of
yeah,
his. Yeah, he said
he's
that
against Tesla also, no?
he shorted Tesla once.
Yeah, and lost money, so invested in land.
Yeah, so I think that his net worth is a lot more about like just conserving it, and
Hmm.
that's why he does these things because he just wants to invest it into all of the other
But
charitable
didn't he
options.
say that he wants to like give away 99% of his net worth or something?
He wants to do that. Yeah,
So
exactly.
how does that work? When does he
When
give
he
it away?
dies, it goes on to the Bill and
Oh,
Melinda Gates Foundation, and from there on, it like slowly trickles down to people.
interesting. And then yeah, so another fun fact is that the potatoes which are grown to make McDonald's fries are owned, like they're grown on Bill Gates farms. So
Yeah.
that's how the article was titled. McDonald's fries, they're sort of grown on Bill Gates farm.
Hmm. Interesting. All right, let's go on to the
Yep,
next part then. Jeff Bezos is going to the space,
I
going to
should.
the moon.
He's going to the moon.
No, he's not going to the moon. I'm just
Oh,
kidding. He'll go into the low Earth orbit and then
yeah,
he'll just come back for 11 minutes. There are actually
yeah.
three seats on that particular aircraft or whatever you
Mm,
call it, spacecraft. And in that, two of them will be filled by the Bezos brothers,
yep.
and one is remaining. And for that one, they're actually doing an
Gonna-
auction.
And the highest bidder is of $4.8 million
वो हो
as
गया
of
क्या
now.
already?
As of now, it's 4.5 ki $4.8 million.
But you can also bid like if anyone is interested.
Yeah, but it has to be higher than
It
$4.8 million.
definitely has to
Not a
be.
big deal,
So
dude.
yeah, I
But
mean
this
that
guy
is
is
also
insane.
interesting.
Like, even look at this picture of
Yeah.
like it's so yeah, he looks apparently he's like one of the very few amateur people to go to space, and going to space is not easy. Like it impacts you biologically also.
Hmm.
Like is that a lot of people start feeling nauseatic, they start vomiting and things like that. I was reading it somewhere. So it's not that easy. It's not like traveling in a flight. It's
Yeah,
way more dangerous. So it'll be
definitely.
interesting to see how this pans out.
I like the motto that Origin has.
What is
Uh,
it?
it's a Latin phrase called as gradatim ferocitor, right? That basically just means step by step, ferociously. That's what he wants people to understand about Blue Origin.
Mm,
So like they have done so many different experiments. They did not look at normal studies, normal convention कि ये करना चाहिए, ये नहीं करना चाहिए. They went their own way. उन्होंने even for making simple things like jet propulsion and all that, they did a lot of experiments, right? And from that, they are able to build something like this. It's interesting what they are
yeah.
doing.
And apparently all tourists, like even in the future, the plan is to mass onboard tourists, and the flight ticket will be around $500,000 each, and they'll have to
Hmm.
go through like a 2-day training period where they'll be telling what
Do
to
you
do,
think this
what
can
not to
actually
do.
go down the price of
The
going
price,
to the space?
I
Let's say.
think as it gets more streamlined, there's a high chance price might go down, and maybe
Hmm.
one day it's just another form of tourism where Ishan is like, मैं गोवा जा रहा हूँ, I'll be like, मैं Blue Origin से space जाके आता हूँ.
सही है. Okay, so that's what happening with Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is actually going to step down in this quarter itself, and Andy Jassy will be taking over Amazon. If any one of you don't know,
Yeah.
Okay, streaming wars. Let's end this with this topic.
Today I was talking to one of my friends and he was like, Amazon mein itna kaam de rahe, I'm quitting.
Amazon is hectic. Like I have
It's
talked with a
very
lot of
hectic.
software engineers, and specifically the Gurgaon wala jo unka branch hai,
Mm.
that is really hectic. From what I have
He was
heard,
like, dude, they
Bangalore wala
make me
is
work
quite chill.
12 hours and they benchmark me against a lot of other people. So it's not
No,
a
they
good
have a lot of
scene.
fulfillment like tracking systems over there. Na, so basically it's all logistics wala part.
Yeah,
So that software is a lot more complicated than just like the simple website wala part.
true. So yeah, I mean, every job is hard. So work culture, uska, but in general, I've heard ki work culture is not that great at
Mm.
Amazon.
And they hire a lot more software engineers than other companies like Microsoft and Google.
Yeah, kind of mass recruit.
Hmm. But it's good, like the package and all is pretty good.
Yeah. It's the work culture that most people criticize. Pay is good, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah.
Streaming wars.
Netflix versus Disney versus all the other ones. Streaming. Wait, I have this really good illustration that depicts what is happening. What was previously happening is that Blockbuster was over there. Blockbuster was used to be like a pretty popular service back in 2007. It was like a CD rental kind of a thing. So you would go over there, you would rent a movie in on Friday, and you would give it back to, let's say, Monday, right? So over the weekend you just keep watching. That's the whole idea about it. So Netflix came along and they just said that for just one subscription fee of $10, no late fees, they will be starting off their service, and they provide whatever movies you want online, and you can get them. Uh, Blockbuster was actually used to
Your
buy
video is
Reed
freezing
Hastings.
again. Your video is freezing again. Yeah.
क्या हो रहा है ये?
If you want, we can take this to the next episode. अगर fix नहीं हो रहा है तो.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we have been delaying this for the last 2, 3 episodes.
Yeah. ठीक है तो let's do one thing, guys. Ishan's internet is
I'm really sorry,
a
guys.
bit laggy, but no worries. We'll take this part. Streaming wars. It's going to be very interesting how Disney, Netflix, and all of these are gonna pan out in the future, and that will be on
Next time
Ishan's
I'll
channel.
make a complete PPT itself. पूरा PPT दिखाऊंगा.
हाँ, it'll be on Ishan's channel. So episode 4 में रहेगा वो. Thanks a lot for coming today. Really appreciate it, and hope you guys took something away from this live stream. And that's it, guys. Thanks for coming. Take care.
Yeah.